morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. I think a lot of us, if we were to be honest with ourselves, have to fight the tendency to live in the past a bit, reliving regrets and worrying over things that, frankly, we can no longer change. And just to let you know, I can speak from experience in this area. If you don't learn to make peace with yourself, your past, and your mistakes, then all you succeed in doing is poisoning your present and, frankly, your future. Looking back at my life, I can see a long series of mistakes based upon self-interest, insecurity, or just plain selfishness that I allowed to make me a toxic person to be with on many occasions. I still fight the tendency, even today, to not let things go, be they mistakes on my part or what I consider wrongs done to me by others. Forgiving yourself is often harder than forgiving others, and sometimes, frankly, forgiving anyone seems impossible. That's why the Apostle Paul emphasizes the importance of letting the past just be the past. In Philippians 3:13 and 14, he writes, "But this one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Jesus Christ." If we adopt the mindset that the past is to be learned from but not agonized over, then we can truly accept the grace and forgiveness of Christ in our lives. Somebody says, well, what about regret? Well, fine. Regret is fine, okay? But regret held on to becomes bitterness, and it closes us off from forgiveness for ourselves as well as robs us of any chance of peace in our lives. Peace was a central theme in Jesus' life and ministry. Peace with others and, frankly, peace with ourselves. When they announced his birth, they talked about peace. In Luke 2:14, the angelic choir declared, "Glory to the God in the highest, and on earth peace and goodwill toward all men." On many years later, Jesus would tell his disciples in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." And in John 16:33, he gave them his word so that, quote, "In me you may have peace." And the thing is, in his very first recorded sermon, Jesus declared that God's richest blessings were given to those he called the peacemakers. In Matthew 5:9, he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God." By the way, the Greek word used here is only used this one time in the Bible, and it has a specific meaning. It means to love peace and encourage peace among others. Wow. The message of peace was central to the gospel and still is. Paul taught that peace was a fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22. Believers could experience God's peace as they prayed about everything and let their requests be made known to God. As they practiced the truths of the gospel in Philippians 4:6-9, they were promised that, quote, "the God of peace would be with them." And he's still with us. A couple of days ago, we had a very contentious election, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people in the next few days who will find it difficult, if not impossible, to come to grips with it. There will be people who are bitter and angry with everyone, themselves included, as they relive the past and try to somehow reconcile themselves to what has happened. And there will be a lot of angry people who would rather, frankly, eat ground glass than make peace with those on the other side. We as Christians, frankly, should not be one of those folks if we are truly to be called the children of God. Today, God still promises blessings to those who are passionate about seeking him and serving him. He gives favor to those who want to be instruments of his peace. Speaking from experience, I can assure you that it's much better to be blessed for being a peacemaker than to be condemned for being bitter, angry, resentful Christian who refuses to forgive himself and everybody else. We need to seek the Lord's blessings in these less than peaceful times by forgiving those who hurt us, ourselves included, and frankly, just making peace. I have learned the first step to making peace with others is finding peace with myself and with God. See, then when I do that, I can extend a hand to those who truly, desperately need his peace. So today, if you're having trouble forgiving yourself, others, or just plain finding peace in your life, I urge you to pray and seek God's will. Listen to the Father. Forget the hurtful things of the past and look toward a bright, peaceful future that he's promised us. And then share that peace with others. This means a quest to bring reconciliation to families, heal broken bodies and minds, and restore those that are worried. Let's all just make it a point to be blessed today. Let's make peace and offer peace with God to all who are troubled, including ourselves. I hope you make today a terrific day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me, and I love you all.